Hi, I'm Jeremy. I make music as Shimmer Island.
And hello, I'm Giavanna, and I'm the love monk, and I'm helping women to learn about love, to master the love, and to awaken the great sexuality.
Beautiful. Let's go.
We are a new bathcast location. It's Jati Lubich, one of the UNESCO garden.
Right, rice-filled sights of the world. Really beautiful. We should show a little screenshot or a little shot of us driving our motorbike through the, illegally perhaps, through the rice-filled area in the rain.
Yes. And yeah, we are coming into amazing moment of our third distance.
Third long distance moment.
Hmm.
We're about to start again. Yes, this is true.
Yes, but as we was promising you a long time ago to record a podcast, a buzzcast of about finding the one. So today we're gonna do that.
Yes, we'll talk about how to manifest or find or attract the one without using apps, if you will. We can talk about that as well. How to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And because last podcast was about us being engaged, there is a little update. We got the ring.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great start because like if you're willing to find the one, then definitely you it's like going somewhere. So this is I feel like this is a big shift of a relationship. Yeah, and it was very important for us as well to came into this part of our life, and we are celebrating. Yes.
Yes, we're an example of if you intentionalize it, perhaps you can actually find it at some point. And you were really intentionalizing it, and maybe I wasn't as much. Let's hear what you were sort of. How were you seeking the one at the time, or before the time we met?
Mm. Yeah, well, I believe to find the one is a journey of life. And it's actually to find the one within. Because unless you know yourself, unless you find both masculine and feminine, where you can stand in your life fully and completely on both of feet, it's kind of like a journey. So I believe that I was preparing all my life for this moment, and I was waiting for this moment all of my life to meet my life partner. And I would begin from grief, the interesting beginning of the grief, because grief is important when you kind of like end up in not a relationship that you would love to be for life, but you learn from that relationship, and you feel like this relationship opening your heart for being more you actually. And then I believe that grief is important part, like to let go of all old partnership. Because we just was talking a minute ago about how actually I was praying for the one like 5 years ago, and then Jeremy all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'll go Bali." But what if like when he arrived to Bali he was not ready because he was in another relationship being here, and so universe sent me another partner. So until we figure out and complete, I can say, and overcome all of the grief that it's not happening, to be like fully ready, like I was clearing all of my spiritual speaking centers, like I was returning all of my energy back and returning all of the energy of other partners back, so I can feel like, okay, I'm not, longing for this love, or I'm not grieving anymore that, oh, it didn't happen to me. So I really feel the grief is the first step. It's like, yeah, coming back into fulfillment of self and self happiness and self awareness of, okay, what is next, and excitement of like, okay, not just like, forgot it, don't think about it, but really like feel like, I feel fully open vessel to receive to receive the one. What would you say about that? Would you agree?
I, if I understand correctly, I mean, I'm thinking I had a previous relationship before I met you, right? And it took me a while to get over it. But when we met, I was definitely comfortable and confident as a single guy, and I was actually just not even really looking that much. I was really happy, just living my life. I felt like I was living my very best life. I was spending time in Bali. I had community here, had community where I came from in Austin, and I was doing music and just feeling really good. But the stage before that was certainly grieving and preparing myself to believe that, well, there is love out there, but maybe I'm not in a big rush to find it. I'm not going to force it, and I'm just going to like enjoy life. And because I believe that if one is enjoying their life, that they're more likely to meet the one in person. So if you're more likely to enjoy life outside of your house, if you go do things with people, I believe that you're a lot more likely to sort of trigger the algorithm of the actual universe, if you want to use that sort of idea of manifestation. Do the things you love with the people you love, and you're more likely to find somebody who you really love, romantically.
Yeah. And I love this metaphor that you brought another day when
The what?
metaphor.
What's that?
It's like a vision of a tree.
Okay.
Yeah, metaphor.
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 Oh, okay.
Well,
Got it.
This is why he loves me.
Metaphora.
Yeah.
Hey,
I Russian him in
It
English.
sounds way more esoteric. I love it. Okay, yes, the metaphor of the tree of life.
Of love.
Tree of love.
Yes, and it's like I really love that because it's really like other partners was pouring this tree of love that was opening the heart, and also it was like teaching us something. So I believe that the first step is learn what works in another relationship and what did not, and what you have to improve in yourself, like let's say skills of communication, navigating the conflict in the moment, like not being reactive, like being proactive and giving a space, like watching in each other's eyes, holding each other hands when it's tough time, even still, like not like trying to run away, but facing the shadow of other person, like willing to accept other person's shadow as well, and giving like a space for that. So for me, it was like a big shift that I have to learn, and I have to stand in the power of myself, like being still love, like on the background, even if it's tough time. So for me, the part of letting go another relationship means also learning what I want to improve in myself, and I believe when we met with Jeremy, we was really in a very, 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 very powerfully, highly frequently, um,
High frequency.
high frequency of yeah, of like having a great skills of communication, of like emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
and crisis navigation. Like I learned all of the tools I can. Okay, if it's like super hard and a super tough topic, how we can stand still together in this moment, you know. So that's I think this is the important part of like learning and improving. What do you feel? What helps you? Like you feel like what is the qualities inside of you that you improved from previous relationships that actually now helping us?
Well, yes, I think to find the one that we might actually settle with, it takes developing skills over time, and to be in a great relationship, it takes other relationships to, let's say, sharpen the sword or expand the heart. So certainly building oneself up to do better for the next relationship. These things should be accumulative, and if we're really working on improving ourselves to be a better human, better man, woman, better partner, father, brother, sister, son, etc., then that should all feed into the relationship. But I think we should should come back into the fun bit, like how do we actually attract or meet that person? So we've done the work, let's say, we feel good who we are. We know kind of what we want, but hopefully we're open and expansive. What do we do then to meet the one? Especially, I can imagine a lot of people out there. I know they're doing their dating, they're using the apps, they're meeting lots of people, but it's not clicking, or it doesn't click for more than a night or a few weeks or a few months. It fizzles out. So how do we know when it's how do we find it, attract it, or know when it's there?
Yes, so I feel that for me, dating was a big part because I was like not liking the apps. And I was like, I don't want to go apps, you know, I don't want to. And that was something blocking inside of me, love coming in as well. Even we didn't meet in apps, but I found myself is important to open all the doors, to open all the windows in my house, you know, and open my eyes, open my, uh, yeah, sensors, like going
Put your
out.
antennas out.
Yes, going
Yeah.
out and like looking around and you know, sending some signals because like I feel, yeah, I felt like I need to even go apps, even I didn't feel good. And one of this feeling not good was showing up like when I was like feeling really like in need, like I need partner, I need someone to go date. I need this feeling where I can park my love, and it's like a kind of a loneliness feeling. And then when I would go into the app in that feeling, I would like, oh, okay, let's go. And then I'll date this guy and I'll be like, oh, I'm definitely not in line with my happiness or with something because it's not click up. Also in apps is like you see a person in a picture, right? And then you're meeting a person and it's like, oh, it's interesting, like how can I attract that? Even the question would be how did I attract that, how did I choose that? It's something within that also have to be shifted as we're speaking about being happy. And also like I believe that open all the doors, and when the dating season starts, for me it was like I was going work on a work. So I was like working hard in that
Working in business or working in dating?
in dating. It was like
Okay.
I was like going like I would
All in
all
on
in.
dating,
Yes,
all the
yes,
dates.
yes, yes.
Okay.
But there was one decision I made that really helped me to move through. I felt like okay, I'm going date on dates as a human. So I'm just like going from my heart up, like, okay, I'm a human, I love humans, I will explore, I have a curiosity, I'm going like to speak, I'm going to give questions, like, you know, there was like 108 questions. I even made a game about that, like how to, you know, give a questions so you can learn stories of a person. And then I was like going through this feeling of like, okay, I will just go as a human, will be curious and build my intention through, because going dates, it also means you meet someone and someone is giving you a key, like, oh, something bright inside the person, something special, something authentic that you also can lovingly accept how you feel in that field, like, oh, he's you know, he's very caring, um, and he's giving a lot of question. I feel good when person is interested about me, right? So how do I feel in different way of person coming to me? So I collect the keys into the dates, and I feel the date part is very important. Opening all the doors, being curious, going from the heart as a human, learn the keys, improving the feelings, giving a feedback also. Even if I don't like something, I was like, you know, I felt not so right in that moment when you did that. So I was also giving keys to person, like, so person can improve maybe for the next date or something. Anyway, for me, it was like opening the heart itself for um, moving in fully and completely at first.
Hmm.
Yeah. What about you?
Right. Okay. So I can speak to dating. So again, when we met, I wasn't necessarily dating. I don't think I was using the apps. And when I do use the apps, Tinder, Bumble, whatever, I'm swiping as fast as humanly possible, like it's a video game, so I can get to the end of everyone by the end of the day. So I can move on. If there's a connection, cool. Maybe we'll explore it. And you and I have both made really good friends through going on dates to the apps. So there may be a place for apps, but for those that may have exhausted the apps or become exhausted of them, and the whole process, you know, if you're looking to have perhaps a bigger story, if you really want to find the one, there's something cute about saying, yeah, we met on Bumble. You know, that can be cute. But to me, I like our story that we met in person. This like this. I like that we met, you know, through circumstance and surprise. And so there's this old school way of chivalry and approaching women. They drop the handkerchief, they give a sign, and the man approaches them. I think a woman can approach as well. I think a man can drop the handkerchief, so to speak, and smile or whatever. But I do believe there's a great power in living our best life again. So we put ourselves in a room with the kinds of people that we might actually want to love and would love us for what we do, right? So again, I was talking about the algorithm of Bali. If I come spend time in Bali, I'm most likely to meet somebody who thinks a little bit more like me if I'm dating expats, right? Because I'm being an expat, so I'm going to meet an expat. And if I'm walking the beach, because I love walking the beach, I'm more likely to meet women that love walking the beach, most likely, right? And so uh, if I'm doing the things I love that makes me happy, when I show up in a room, I'm going to show up sort of supercharged. So we talked about this in a previous episode. But when we met, I was just coming off the beach, having shot a lot of music content and doing dancing. And I was feeling amazing. So I had this great confidence. Like I checked the big box of what I needed to do that day. I was singing my song. I was doing some cool dance moves, in my opinion, and I was feeling good. And so when we walked by our favorite, me and my buddy Jan, we walked by our favorite pizza shop on the way to our villa, because we can walk from the beach to our villa, which is really cool. We happened to see two cute girls sitting there. And so now I can actually be really timid of approaching women. I really have to psych myself up and I have to be in a really confident state. But in this moment, it was easy because Jan he was looking for somebody. He was really like kind of upset that he hadn't found somebody. And he's a good looking, charming guy. So I got to be wingman. And that's why I was like, hey, there's two cute girls there. and so let's go meet them. And so we've told the story before, but that gave me this easy courage to just do something on behalf of him. Now I don't usually go to a pizza shop very often unless I'm having a cheat meal, and G doesn't actually live in this area, and she doesn't usually go to pizza shops either. And so that was sort of off algorithm in a way, but we're with people that are like us, and we happen to be in this area. We happen to find ourselves at a pizza shop in this rare moment together, and we approached them and asked to sit down next to them. She had a cowboy hat, and I thought she might be from Texas. She happened to be from Russia instead, but we got to talking about it and talking with each other and flirting, and we hit it off, G and I. So again, it's just this idea of like I was out there doing what I love with a really great buddy in this like paradise land, this place I love to visit, and just living my best life. And so when I walked up to her, I was like ready to flirt. I was confident and just feeling really good. Low pressure as well as a wingman. So I think there's just a great power in doing that. So for example, if you love doing yoga, but you don't do much of it, go do more yoga. You're probably going to meet more yoga lovers. If you love playing video games at home online, then I don't know, maybe do that, or go find where people play video games in real life in your city and connect with them, for example. But just trying to find ways to put yourself in the room with other people doing the things that you guys might love together. I think is clutch. That's just living a good life anyways. Forget romance. If you can like really live a great life before the romance part, that to me is a great way to do it.
I believe that for women, it's more difficult to do that without inner steps. I really have to wake up every day, and I really have to set up myself into not searching mode, but into be attracting mode, being like open to the world, being emotionally set up in a greatness of life. And I believe that for men it's more like outside steps, like living the life outside, and for a woman as well is important, but also inside steps, like how can I be like really in a love life of my inner statement and what I'm doing, and like doing rituals. Because when I met Jeremy, I was like, okay, my date season coming to the end, and I'm ready and I'm willing to relax about that, because it was like a pretty long pretty long season for me. But in this season, I actually met by the app a very good friend of mine and my tantra teacher, that he gave me a mantra to pray, and only a woman can do that to attract the one. And again, it's inner steps, I believe. So I did the inner steps inside. I start praying with the mantra for finding the life partner, a spiritual life partner, actually. So I was doing it like already for a month before I met Jeremy, and my second ritual was about, okay, so now I'm like celibacy. I closed my dating season. I was like open to the world, and I was praying every day. And then I was like, okay, I'll do a ritual. It actually was a whole day ritual, like 8 hours, with a friend of mine. She invited me to another side of the island, and I came to her.
My side of the island. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she started with a tea ceremony, and it was like manifestation, what you are up for. And I was like, I am ready to open my heart for the life partner, and I don't know anything, so I just want to be open for this path, and I want to close everything that is not like serving me in this way.
So you did this 8-hour ritual that day specifically to meet the one.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, and I was like going like 2 hours by taxi, praying, these 2 hours. Like I was like anticipating for that, and for that ritual. And then when I came, she did this like really beautiful ritual with the tea ceremony, intention setting up, and then we do some metaphorical cards. Actually, the one card that was like, you remember, that was really his friend that we met that came to us in the Sasa Pizza, and then behind him there was like a lion, and he, look at him, he's like a real like a lion, especially with his beard and his like, you know, curly messy hair. But the thing is that my friend, she was like, oh, look at this, guys, it's like from your ritual, from this card, metaphorical card, like, because there was like a question to find the one, and there was a card for that. So it was like good signs. And I think it's like really nice to open your eyes to see the signs, you know, like angelic numbers on the phone. 1111, it's a number of your heaven fusion. The one that you're searching is like angels sending you signals, yes, you're on the right path, you know. And then this prayer that you can do, like an inner support of a statement that you're on the right path.
We met at 5:55 p.m.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's true. It might have been close to that time.
Yeah, but it's a good joke for spiritual girl approach. You did that. Well, yeah, and then the ritual also have this like a chakra scarf massage. It's from Mexico, named riboza. It's usually made after women give a birth, or even in a statement of next chapter of her life. So it's also made for men, actually. But so she did that like massage to all of my chakras, and then she covered it with a scarf. So I feel like, okay, it's all returned to me, like all of the energy, and I feel like fully, completely loved, like oil massage on my skin, like these scars, like a little hug of mother, this beautiful ritual of sitting in a bathtub with the flowers pouring on my head, and she was saying to me how beautiful I am, and how deserve I am for love I'm here for. So yeah, I was definitely prepared, like, to go in the corner and to meet the one.
Yeah, that's a crazy deep ritual, and that we met that day is pretty wild. But you know, I would argue that I had done the internal work too. One, just living my best life, which takes all kinds of effort. I wake up and meditate and exercise and journal, whatever it might be. And so there's that bit, putting ourselves, when we're gonna get out and give ourselves to the world, just being in our like highest frequency or our best state of mind, as part of it.
You remember you told me about when you came back your home and you found the list of what you want in your partner?
Yes, that's true. So there was two lists that I had made in the last couple of years. I was one of my really good buddies, Tim, has been a dating coach, and so we talked a lot about these sorts of things, like how to meet the next, like when I was coming out of a breakup, how do I meet somebody that will be a better fit, that will improve on lots of things. So in the past, I might have just written down, okay, the last person I was with didn't have a sense of humor, so the next person I'm with, I just hope they have a sense of humor. And that's it. And that they're cute, right? So cute and funny, cool. Let's look for that. But that would then just add one element, right? But so eventually I sat down and wrote a list of the kinds of the exact person I'd be looking for. I wrote starting with values, and for example, collaboration was the very top value, for example. And then there's a whole longer list, and then there's sort of the check boxes that I didn't write, that I didn't even think about at the time. But it might be somebody who enjoys, I definitely wrote enjoys traveling, but it might be someone who enjoys living in different places, because I'm living in different places. And now we're planning to live in different places. She's lived in different places. That's why she's in Bali. And so she checks a box that I didn't even maybe think to write at the time. But I had gotten much closer to what I was looking for. So when I'm looking for someone, I'm like, will this person collaborate with me? And when I met G that day, I didn't know if she would. But I've discovered since that absolutely she's game, and we have a lot of fun playing. We're doing something like this. These are like fun, silly, interesting, collaborative ideas And we've got all kinds of stuff like this that we're doing. So that was one list I had, and then I had a list of what's my best life, and my best life was I can walk to the beach. Um, I live by the beach, and I have a community, and things like that. I do music, and I was just all those boxes were basically checked. One was that my daughter would live with me. That I hadn't figured out yet how to combine everything else together, but otherwise, like I'm really like knowing what I'm looking for at this point in my life in a pretty detailed way, consciously, and a lot subconsciously too. And so I think you can call that manifesting, right? You can sort of attract the one, imagine them, visualize it. You could have a vision board if you want. I had literally cut pages out of a magazine, and I ended up with this very strange looking woman sitting in front of like these symbols and I don't even know gizmos or some technologies that I couldn't tell if they were ancient or not. And she had like kind of grayish hair and brownish hair, and she just looked a little like voodoo and trippy. This is actually on my sort of vision board. And I was like, I don't know what this person is, and if that's like my romantic person or not, but I would say she looks very much. If we find a photo of it, we'll share it. But I would say she looked very much like G, and definitely like tapped into the essence of G. And so I had been sort of visualizing it. I had written it down. I had thought about it extensively. I had written songs about it. And so I was feeling pretty good about knowing what to look for. And there's this idea I'll speak to called reticular activation. So if you don't believe in manifestation or whatever that, rub your crystals and dream, and all that. If you believe in something a little more scientific, there's this idea if you hear a word, if you see a new word that you learn in a book, then you're more likely to hear that word pop up in conversation. But also you can imagine if you're at a loud party and there's all this noise and people talking and da da da. The one thing that's going to catch your ear the most is your name. You hear your name and that like pops up out of everything. So if we're also focusing on, for me, it might be music collaboration, or business. And then so whenever I hear something or some words that sort of are about those things, I'm just it's more likely to pique my ear, more likely to go after it. And so that's another way to think about this idea of manifesting and attracting. So really honing in on what you want in your life, what you want in a partner, and really going deep on it, I think is more likely to show us a pattern that we can see clearly and then go after. And with her, she happened to be wearing Texas clothing, even though at my favorite pizza shop near the beach. And this is pretty good start. I wouldn't say I was looking for a Texan girl, but that's deep inside of me, and I definitely have an attraction for that look. So that just worked.
And I love this style, this denim cowboy style. Yeah. Oh wow, I love that, baby. Actually, I can add from my perspective. I also had a list, but I had a list of like, okay, let's say 20 different values and qualities of a person. But actually, the main list of it was what I am, like, if for example he's generous, what is my quality, what is I am, what is my vessel is look like, so I can receive this generosity and give back. So how I can receive for the sake of sharing, and what this would be inside of me. So for me it would be like the gratitude and the excitement of like every time he's very generous, I'm very grateful, and I'm like lovingly jumping on his neck and kissing him all over his face and telling how much I love him and thank you. For example, right? And so who am I as a woman to receive for the sake of sharing, and like how also I feel with the person, wherever person is in front of me. I'm like, oh, I really feel really good. So I collect these good feelings, and I'm like, when I met Jeremy, I was like, oh, all of the good feelings that I collected from different, let's say, people, right? He was carrying it all alone for me. So I was constantly feeling these good feelings that I collect in my list. And I was like, oh, I really feel good with this man. Like from time to time, he's consistent. He's like very kind, sweet. He's like creative. He's like very much sexy, that I admire how he played these games, sexy games, with me. And even now we just have a drama, and I was like a very bad girl, and he played the game with me. He's like, he took it for serious, and yeah,
Sexy drama.
yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh yes, yes, I'm so bad girl. So we
She's a
turn it
good girl
up.
now.
Yeah, so I like that he's playful in this kind of moments, that he's not like just taking drama serious, but he's like, okay, let's play that, like, bad cop situation. That turn up like very sexy for us. And yeah, and also I'm like astrology reader, so I'm like, okay, what's your date of birth? Like, we already like 2 months in dating, so I want to look at our, like, what is our karma issue, or what is our like matching points or keys to our love. So that was very nice conversation actually between us at one point. And then also I had my future husband diary that he not aware of yet. He didn't see it yet, but we engaged. Maybe one day I'll open it to him if he bag enough. We can play this.
Does
But
your future husband have a man bun? In your future husband diary? Because I don't know if I'm going to do the man
oh, that's sweet. Yeah, so I have a diary that I actually was writing letters to my future husband, and
bun.
different moments of my life, like how I feel, like there was like popping up like different dreams, like motherhood, or like, oh, friendship, or like, so it's kind of like a dream board, but in the letters. It could be music that I was like, oh, I'm just thinking about you. So I was talking to him actually in my head, in my love letters to him, and I was like imagining that I was preparing the time, even there was no man for me at that moment. I was like, I was keeping this time for my man.
Hmm.
That was also a big thing. Yeah.
Well, so we talked about, I guess, three ways to manifest. One is like moving on past the previous relationship, right? Grieving. The other one is how to put oneself out into the world, and some of that takes inner work. And then the other one is to sort of visualize and identify, journal, discuss with, make music about, whatever, like really focus on who's the person you want to seek out or be found by or connect with. The last thing I might say to add to this as a bonus would be to be open to disregarding everything that we just said. So to being open to yes, because I think what made the day that we met so powerful is that I was really bold and open, and I asked her. Some of you have heard this in previous episode. I asked her to go skinny dipping with me. This was then like a 5 minute conversation, which is pretty bold. Hey, you girls want to come over with us strange guys that you just met at a pizza place who were only eating olives and olive oil while you're eating pizza? Do y'all want to come skinny dip with us? And, that's pretty bold and out there, and I presumed they might say no. But if they said yes, okay, adventure time. But they did say yes. Now they didn't actually skinny dip because they're good girls, but we still got to hang out.
We
And
skinny dip a couple of days ago in
well,
the
we're
new
skinny,
year.
and right now we're skinny dipping. So we've been skinny dipping ever since. But that night we didn't do it. But I think your openness to saying yes, and I felt open to, like, the kinds of women I'm usually attracted to me are different than G. Like historically, there are often women that look really serious and judgy, and they're like in the corner, they're like artsy, and black dyed hair or something. And this is kind of a stereotype I've dated a lot in the past. And I'm like, how do I make this person smile? How do I light them up? So I figure it's my job to do that or something. And so I look for those like on Tinder. I'm more likely to swipe right on the person that looks unhappy than the one that's smiling. So I have to go against my grain and be like, no, only people that are smiling. And gee, when we met, you were so smiley. You were like really open. You had this massive openness and friendliness. And so I was like, wow, here's somebody that wants to be friendly. I'm ready to be friendly. And but that didn't check my like attraction box. It just seemed friendly and easy. But in fact, it's like the opposite of what I might go for subconsciously. And so I had to get past that and be like, no, Jeremy, remember, that's what you're looking, that's actually what you want to be around, because you've already dated so many women that were hard to make happy and you were trying to fix all the time. And so this is actually like went outside of my circuitry, which is great. And it was part of my manifestation. I did want to date somebody who was smiling and happy already. But it just wasn't like my DNA to seek it out.
Yeah.
So being open,
Break the patterns.
try to be open to break a little bit of pattern. And even if you think you have a deal breaker, like, think hard about it or don't think about it. Open the heart and see what happens. If everything else is going well, I think it's good to want to rethink or feel through even better all of these things we may have written down and made decisions about. That sometimes some of them must go to make room for some extra special, like, smiling woman.
Yeah, and my last thing I would add is actually for a woman it's very important to be connected to her sacred centers that I'm usually teaching how to. And yes, heart, womb, third eye, and the God, and then if four of that, like, or God or intuition or wherever, like, you believe in, like, the highest power, and if you ask, just communicate to these parts, because a relationship is a communication, non-stop communication of all of your systems. Like, heart is more spontaneity, because soul is living then. It want newness, it's don't want to, like, comfort, it's want, like, adventure, it want, like, new experiences. And when I met Jeremy, my heart was, like, popping up, because it was, like, out of my also, like, imagination, like how man would look like or wherever, right? So it's like so this heart, yes, it's something that is breaking pattern. Womb saying yes if it feels safe, it feel like really, like, oh yeah, sexually connected, like a beast inside beast, like an animal inside of you, feel like, oh, I feel like that's something. And then the third eye is, like, seeing, like, okay, it's the details of whatever is happening. But it's like, if you communicate, you even don't need to know, like, all of the details. You just, do you want? Yeah. Do you want? Yeah. Do you want? Yeah. Do you want? Yeah. Bless you. So my yes was not just simple yes, like I would be like, okay, let's go fuck around. It was really me communicating from inside to this moment and being open, not just me, just superpower that was guiding us to each other, to say yes of something that is not particular to ourselves. So I would add, learn yourself, go deeper, learn, like, your body responses, learn, like, being a human, loving, open, learn your proactive behaviors, learn your skills of communicate and navigate communication, right? Because he was bald and he was, like,
Bold,
bald,
not bald.
bald.
This
Sorry,
is the
my
first
Russian,
episode.
my Russian English. I'm learning.
Bold, yes.
He's the best teacher. He's so passionate. Yeah, I love you. But anyway, right? So it's just like there's a lot of things to do to meet the one. You can do to meet the one, but yeah, find your way and find your happiness. I believe that 80% of your happiness and 20% your inner work, like, that can make it, like, really ground into best opportunity for love.
Amen. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching us, and please give us your questions. Comment below if you like something, it's touched your heart.
Yeah, wishing you a lot of love in life. Thank you for listening. Bye.